In this demo, we'll spend a little time learning about handling whitespace when using regex. We'll implement a method to parse a category, this time using a regex pattern for the match. We'll ensure the pattern can account for any optional whitespace characters which may appear. Let's have a go at implementing the try parse using regex method on the category type. As we did when implementing try parse, we'll update the default return value to be false. We only expect this return statement to be reached when parsing fails. Before we attempt to match and extract the relevant data from the string, we'll first ensure it's not null or empty. Next, we'll need to define a pattern to match and extract the category code and description. We'll define a string constant named category pattern. We'll assign the pattern using a verbatim string literal. We'd like the regex pattern highlighting from Visual Studio. Can you remember how we achieved that in an earlier module? We can add a line comment with language equals regex above our string. We'll build up the pattern incrementally. Let's start with a pattern designed to match the two parts of the category string. To match and capture the code portion, we use a capturing group. We expect 3 UK English letters. At this stage, we'll accept either upper or lower casing. We can use a character group with 2 ranges to match any UK English letters in upper or lower case. We'll add a quantifier of 3 because we expect 3-letter characters. Following the letters, we expect 3 digits with either a value of 0, 1, 2, or 3. How could we best express this using regex? We can use another character group with a range here as well. Our range will be 0 to 3. We expect 3 digits, so again, we can apply a quantifier. This completes our first capture group, which should match the category code. We'll then match the colon separator before our second capture group. Inside this capture group, we'll match any character except for line terminators 1 or more times. We'll use 1 or more here because we require a description to be present for the category to be valid. We've now got a pattern that would match a category that does not include any whitespace, but we must ensure that we do deal with whitespace should it occur. Fortunately, a character class exists for precisely this purpose. Before the capture group for the category code, we can use a / followed by the letter S to match common whitespace characters, including spaces. We want to match 0 or more occurrences of whitespace, so we'll follow this with an asterisk. We'll repeat this sequence after the code capture group and at each end of the description capture group. Our pattern is nearly complete, but we do need some final touches. We need to make the description quantifier non-greedy to ensure that it doesn't match whitespace characters. We want those to be matched by the end of our pattern. We can add a question mark to achieve this. Finally, we expect our pattern to match the entire string. Can you remember how we achieved that using anchors earlier in the course? We need to add a caret character at the start and a $character at the end to anchor our match to the entire source string. This pattern should meet our requirements. Let's complete the method to apply it. We'll use the static regex match method, passing in the source and the category pattern. We'll also pass in regexoptions.none and set a timeout, which, as we learned earlier, is a good practice. We're not compiling the regex here, but we could also do that, since it may be reused quite often. If the match is a success and the group count equals 3, then we have a valid string. Why is the count expected to be 3 when we have only 2 capture groups? The first group at index 0 always represents the entire match, so our 2 groups follow that. We didn't name our capture groups, so we'll access them with their index position. The category code can be accessed from the group at index 1. We access the value, which is the parsed code. We also want to ensure that we convert this to uppercase, so just as we did in the try_parse method, we can call toUpperInvariant. We retrieve the description from the group at index 2. With the 2 elements parsed from the source string, we can construct a new category instance and assign it to the category out parameter. Finally, we return true to signal that we successfully parsed a category. All that's left to do is run our unit tests for the try parse using regex method. After the test run completes, we see they've all passed. Nice.